I'm going to talk about how Paula Deen and her companies were impacted by the media. First, I'm going to share a little bit of history and background. The Lady and Sons was a restaurant that was crafted when Paula was left to support her two sons and her brother in 1989. She started the company from $200 that her husband had left her after the divorce. The Lady and Sons was being ran from inside her home until a few years later when she got so big she had to leave her kitchen. She ended up at the Best Western in Savannah. In 1996, she bought her own restaurant, and it wasn't long after that the food critic from USA Today, Jerry Shilver, named Lady and Sons the International Meal of the Year in 1999. She published her first cookbook in 1997 and since has published many. She took the stage to the Food Network channel with 30-minute cooking shows. She had 3 of them, and they were Paula's Party, Afternoon Tea, and Paula's Best Dishes. A magazine featured Paula Deen's Cooking with Paula Deen in 2005. Paula Deen Enterprises came out with a line of pots and pans that sold in many retail stores. Paula was being sued by Lisa Jackson for being racial. In her court case, under oath, she had admitted to using the N-word. The media had taken this and posted it everywhere. Paula was being ridiculed for using the N-word and for being racist. She had lost contracts with Food Networks, Baltine Books, Smithfield, Walmart, and many more companies. Walmart announced on June 26, 2013, "We are ending our relationship with Paula Deen Enterprises, and we will not place new orders beyond those already committed." Walmart was trying to avoid being entangled with someone that was being racist or racial. Paula Deen brought in $620,000 in 2010 from television shows, $120,000 revenue from her books, $300,000 revenue from magazine articles Cooking with Paula Deen. In a report from CNN, Paula Deen defends herself by stating, "Things have changed since the 60s in the South, and my children and my brother object to that word being used in any cruel or mean behavior." Paula Deen also claims that the media had misinterpreted what she had said. Paula Deen and her sons tried their best to defend her. The first tactic that they tried was to put the idea that the Deen's family home was godly. The idea behind this tactic is to show the public that Paula's morals were above racism. This would prove her actions to be perceived as muddled and misunderstood. With this claim, it would show that she was innocent. The second defense tactic that they tried was that they argued that Paula was more hurt by how she is being treated for saying the N-word than the people that she actually was being racial to. This tactic is used for turning the tables and trying to get the public to step in her shoes. Most people only see one side of the story. They wanted the public to open their eyes and see how she felt. The third defense tactic was Paula Deen did not know how people took the N-word. She was not responsible for how people took what she said. She claimed that she did not mean it in a racial way at all. They used this defense by stating how everyone says racial things all the time without meaning them racial, like jokes, comments, anything like that. The last defense tactic that they tried was that they stated that Paula Deen was from a different era. The way people said the N-word back then is not how they say it now. She did not realize how racial it was in today's world. Despite all of these tactics that they tried, all of them failed. Paula lost her empire that she had been developing for over 11 years. The only source of income that she had was from a few restaurants that she was part owners in. The crisis destroyed everything she had worked hard for. The media's impact was crucial When Paula said the N-word, the media blew up like a ticking time bomb. There was Facebook posts that were created slandering Paula Deen for being racist. This became headlines in newspapers, magazine, television reports on Paula Deen's companies were and still are being impacted by the media. The media tore her empire to shreds. All she had left was a few restaurants that she was part owners in and her media pages. She had stated that there was one positive thing she had gotten out of this racial slur. And in an interview with Paula Deen by the Huffington Post, Paula states, "One of my salvations in that year, 3 or 4 months, when I was out of the public's eye, was a website that one of my family members had showed me. It was, We Support Paula Deen. And I saw that my website had grown to over 4.5 million people." Fox News reported that she has been given $75 million to make a comeback from Najafi companies. The media may have destroyed everything she had, but could this crisis build her another empire that is bigger and better? Only time will tell.